I'm not sure if this thing has a mind of its own and is shutting off, but as I said in the video before, it was talking about making a cricket field here in the north end of the parade grounds. This is Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx. This is a huge field. It's Manhattan College up there. And that big building there in the center, that's the Russian embassy. And those are the hills that have eyes. This is where they do the fireworks when they have the New York Philharmonic. There's the old Van Cortlandt mansion. I am heading for the spring. Straight ahead where that tree is. The biggest tree. Ooh. Don't want to disrupt the video. Let me see if I can get it this way. Change arms or change hands. Am I getting in the way? I don't want to get in the way of the camera. You can get your run on in here. You could start from up there and you can run all of this. You could trek all the way up. I think this is more than 2 miles. Oh boy. If you notice the haze, guess who's knocking on our door again? Canada. They're sending us some smoke from the brush fires up there. Well, if you need to get your cardio worked on, or a good workout, this is the place to come. There's also, let me see if I can get it right there. Right there next to the little white arrow sign. That is the path to go up into the hills. And trust me, that is one hell of a workout. You do this a couple times a month, I guarantee you, you'll be okay. This is where I usually come and hike and hit the trails. A lot of history in this park. The Van Cortlandt mansion you see there. One time had lots of slaves working this land here. And there is a legend that there is a slave burial ground here in this park, which I don't think it's been found yet or discovered. This tree here is the biggest tree. And right there, that opening, that is the spring that runs beneath this park. It runs up there in the hills someplace. Yeah, I can see that the haze is picking up. Look at this. It's cloudy, but yeah, the haze is picking up. Lucky I bought a mask just in case if it gets any worse. Okay. This is the track that I was telling you that runs along the park here. And this is this tree. Take a look at this tree. Now you know this tree is a couple 100 years old. Man, this tree seen the Indians and it's seen a whole bunch. Now, this is the trail. This one goes back up towards the Van Cortlandt house. This is, you can pause if you like. Behind this fence is a golf course, and this is a tree that fell and it stayed that way. This is the spring I was telling you about. It's a freshwater spring. It runs beneath the park. As you see, empties out into Van Cortlandt Lake. Got some robins there, taking a break, getting some water. It's a cool place for the robins. Just to let you know that this park, we have deer. We have deer in this park. We have fox, coyote, raccoon, skunk, possum. There are garden snakes in here. So there is wildlife here in this park. So I was telling you about the golf course. There's a nice golf course too. How you doing? Nice place to come and get lost. Get away from the rat race of the city. As you can see, this is all wetlands in here. Gotta watch your step. Jesus Christ, the mosquitoes must smell me. I'm getting bombed by mosquitoes. Or gnats. Or whatever the hell they are. We do have turtles in the lakes. Turtles. frogs, lizards, or salamanders, tall swamp grass here. Got swans in the lake, ducks. Something funky happened to the old bridge that was here. So they used the golf bridge. This lake is part of the Sawmill River Valley, or the Sawmill River. Sometimes this lake comes up very high. See these roots from these trees? This is why you got to be careful, because your feet get caught up in those things and you definitely have a bad day. This takes you right on to the Putnam Trail, where the old Putnam train tracks used to run. This is the shortest river I ever crossed. Okay, now this here is the Putnam Trail. This here, in actuality, this trail runs all the way from Yankee Stadium, 161st Street and Sedgwick Avenue, but it picks up in Van Cortlandt Park. The actual trail runs it through from Van Cortlandt Park all the way up through Westchester County, all the way up to Putnam County, and the end of the line happens to be Brewster. Right outside of, in railroad terms, Putt Junction. This used to be a commuter line. Ran commuter trains up about to 1958. They stopped the commuter service in 1958. Then everything was freight thereafter. Further up the line in Yonkers, you will find factories, you'll find warehouses, A&P, Coca-Cola, and a few other companies that once graced along trackside. Now down there, 225th Street, is a wide yard there called BN. Railroaders know what that means. It was a tower, a signal tower, called BN. And that's where they used to store a lot of the loads. So you will have a crew to come along on Saturdays or sometime during the week. They'll pick up the loaded box cars or freight cars, and they make the long run, the long haul up through here, and take them to the lumber houses and warehouses in Yonkers, all through Westchester County. Now, as you see, this is a double deck. I don't know what the hell that is. That's a noisy, oh, that's a truck. That's a noisy truck. This is a double deck bridge. This is double decked. So you had 2 tracks in here at one time. One for going and one for coming. Okay. And here you see all of the, I call it swamp grass or lily pads. But I know at night the frogs love this place. Frogs and the turtles and everything else. And it's a mosquito pit too. And as well as dragonflies. See, now these dragonflies down up here in New York, here in the Northeast, these are these little dragonflies. Them dragonflies that I see down in the Carolinas, in the Southeast, those things are helicopters. Okay, that's that big building in the center is Tracy Towers. So over here you have the other side of the lake. Deep in those tall grasses there, you see is where the swans make their home, their nest. You can see the dragonflies. Look like it's mating season for them, huh? Okay. Now, we're coming up to a spot which was known on the railroad as JS. This would have been Junction Tower. We had the split off. There's another entrance there. We had the split off for the electrified division of the Dunwoody, not Dunwoody, the Yonkers branch. Okay, we'll be coming up to that. Matter of fact, you notice in the trees how it's all, it like comes apart over there. Okay, this would have been the everybody riding their bikes, getting some exercise on. Okay, here you're looking at the Putnam side. Back in the days it was all steam locomotives and some diesel. Now up here by Junction Tower where it would have stand, there would have been another switch. It would have been 2 tracks over here, and it would have been 2 tracks running back in there. Remember where I showed you earlier in the video where I said the hill have eyes? It would have, the right of way would have ran somewhere through those hills, up a grade, and it would have ran up into the west side of Yonkers. That side would have had 3rd rail, But that side was abandoned, I believe, in the 1940s or the late 1930s. It was abandoned. Okay. Now, as you see, people come through here and walk, get their exercise, pretty much like that. Now, we're going to see in a few minutes the stones. These stones were samples for the building of Grand Central Station. A lot of people come through here and think that they're tombstones or an Indian burial ground. No. These are they're different stones, different types of quarry stone. I think it's limestone. And I think it comes from Tennessee or somewhere up in New England. Well, here you see that these are the stones. When they were first building Grand Central Station, these are the different samples. And they put it here, and they've been here ever since. Let's see if I can, I believe there was a marker here. Oh no, but this is the back. See, you got some up there that are lighter. Or a matter of fact, is that, no. Yeah, so these are the stones of Grand Central Station. Oh, there goes a chipmunk. And I don't think they're Alvin. Here is the foundation. I believe this is some of the foundation of Junction Tower, of JS Tower. That's all that's left. Here we look at the stones there. Notice, remember I said that you got some that are lighter, different samples. These are the different samples. Hey, squirrel. So, you got some more wildland in there. Now, I'll mind you, this these woods run all the way up into Tibbetts Brook Park in Yonkers, and there are other wooded areas further north. This is all the woods. This is the only wooded section, well, besides Pelham Bay Park, which is another huge park here in the Bronx. I'm going to show you, oh, squirrel. I'm going to show you the empty, where this body of water empties out. And they know when you come through here at night. You see the sensor right there? That sensor detects night movement. Okay. There are quite a few of those sensors along this trail. We're coming up to the Van Cortlandt Clubhouse, Boathouse, Rec Center, or whichever you want to call it. You get on one of those babies and you can go riding for miles. This was just put down. The asphalt was just done a couple years ago. A lot of people was against it. The Friends of Van Cortlandt Park, I guess they're some kind of park group. They wanted to keep it natural, but guess not. Now it empties out over here on this side. This is the double deck bridge. This is what I was talking about. As you see, they got it fixed up for a special occasion. They do weddings, they do, I guess, bar mitzvahs, all kinds of special occasions. Got some mallards there swimming. Since it's been hot, water smells like eggs, rotten eggs. Let this guy go by. Look at all the fishes. Look at all the fishes bubbling the water. I believe there was a fish. Could be farting gas. I think they got some tower lights here. I want to show you the old train station here. The old Van Cortlandt train station. It would have been nice if they would have put a caboose, or if they would have got an old steam locomotive and just parked it here on the tracks so people can see it. Look at all of the mush that was in the water. They have to clean the lake. I will show you the reason why later on. Okay, here is the Van Cortlandt train station. Far as in New York City, this is the only one that's left, far as in train stations. The next station down would have been Kingsbridge, and it's still there under 230th Street, but it's the platform, as you see, that this concrete is under a lot of brush. So this is the Van Cortlandt train station, and just to show you something else here, I think they're shooting a movie over here or something. So there's a lot of trucks, and saw some guys with cameras. Now, this is part of the Empire State Greenway. Runs along the west side of Manhattan. Comes up, I guess, to Dyckman Street. And it hits here in the park. You are here. And the trail runs through Yonkers, New York. And it runs all the way up Elmsford. And it continues all the way up to Newcastle. Remember I told you it starts at High Bridge? Here's a photo. That's underneath the Major Deacon Expressway. Now this section has recently been sealed up. They tore down this section here and they rebuilt it. As you see, there's an RS3 sitting there, people waiting for the trains. There goes the OSK Tower. Those buildings you see there is the wash track, the old train wash that used to spiff up the 20th Century Limited and so far. I'm gonna put this here. You can freeze it and read it. Okay, so Empire State Trail, guys. Okay. So when you come in, you park your car there, bring your bike, your e-bike, and you can ride this thing all the way up to, all the way upstate. You can ride to your heart's content. They got signs here. Okay. Now remember I said earlier about they had to clean the lake out? I'm going to show you why they have to clean this lake. Because if they don't, they're going to have one big mess. A huge mess. Okay. Now, the lake starts right there. Well, it doesn't start there, but it continues up north. This lake runs all the way up and through Westchester County. I think some of the water runoff from the Kensico Dam empties into it. This is a dam we're walking on now. So this is all wetlands. It's part of this lake. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the drop off. This is all marsh in here. Here is what I was talking about. This is where this body of water empties out. It runs beneath Broadway. It runs underneath Tibbetts Avenue. See the gate? Now that gate gets cluttered up with all of that waterfowl debris. This thing can flood up. During Hurricane Ida, this thing topped off and was spilling over into the other side, and it was a huge mess here. It was a big flood. You see the tunnel? They even dumped some of it over here too. Lots of history with this place. Lots of history. I hear the kids in the swimming pool. We got the Van Cortlandt park swimming pool over here. I think this is so cool. This is a nice picture. If you freeze this, just take a regular snapshot. This is a cool picture right here. Get past these bumpers. See what I'm talking about? The trees on each side. This is nice. You freeze this, you can blow it up and you can hang it up on your wall. Do your own, have your own gallery. This is all wetlands in here. You'll see a lot of, how you doing? A lot of frogs and turtles and gooky water. Mosquito wise. Well, hope you enjoyed the tour through Van Cortlandt Park. And again, here's the double-deck bridge, the old train bridge from the old New York Central days. Now, I'm about to jump on an air-conditioned bus, head on home, because it is not very comfortable out here. And here we have, you can read. You can see the deep wetlands, the big swamp, high grass in there. Yeah, maybe Jimmy Hoffa is hiding in there. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, this is, you can see some of the water is popping up over here. During Ida, man, this place really flooded out. It flooded out real bad. Anyway, you can hear the kids over there having a good time, a yelling good time. As you see what I'm talking about? See how wet it is right there? It's all wet. Everybody having picnics. Swimming pool right there. It's the barbecue grills. This is the picnic section. Picnics, birthdays. Oh boy, this is a workout. Got a little stadium in here. Maybe you could put the stadium there that they're talking about building. Oh boy. Yummy birthday cake. That kind of cake right there, I'll go into diabetic overload. Start sounding like a robot. Go over there and get wet. Now you see, last year they mentioned that the Beeline Liberty buses was free. This year they didn't do that. But as you see, it says fare free. This is the last stop of the #1 train, 242nd Street. And this is Broadway. Come out on the Broadway. Try not to get hit by the bus. This is a lot of cars, as you see. Lots of cars. These buses, they facilitate Yonkers, Westchester County. And there's my bus. So I'm gonna make this short. 73s. Hope everybody enjoyed the tour. And I'll catch you later. Peace out.